This evening, City Hall unveils beautification project. Local church hosts revival. Vendors accuse City Hall of using bullying tactics. WPA calls for prison reform. In the region, in Venezuela, young people make up the front lines of the opposition's protest movement. And internationally, hundreds of Palestinians cheer as Israeli security forces remove checkpoints from the hotly contested Temple Mount.
From Safe TV headquarters in South Bramwell Gardens, this is Safe TV Headline News with George Gonzalez.
Headline News is now being streamed live on our YouTube channel, as well as our website, ch2headlinenews.com. Join us. Admitting that the mayor and city council cannot go it alone, the mayor summoned community leaders and other stakeholders to City Hall today to begin a conversation that will see the city formally partnering with local communities. The town clerk filled in for the mayor, who had to be out on emergency. The town clerk used the meeting to cast a vision for the city, which, if followed, will see increased revenue, reduced costs, and it will also provide financial incentives for communities, beautification, and upkeep. Wendell Jeffrey was at City Hall and filed this report.
George, the mayor and city council called an assembly yesterday of organizers and stakeholders of the city districts to meet at the City Hall. A very animated town clerk, Royston King, was at pains to explain to those present the need for the community to partner with the council in order to make and keep the city clean. He used the meeting to draw on a very current issue to make his point.
Yesterday afternoon, you know, that the joint services, they were combing the cemetery because it was believed that, and I've not had any new reports, that some of the individuals that they're looking for, that they were hiding out in the cemetery. I mean, you couldn't have a cemetery in that condition, almost in the heart of the city. It is totally unacceptable, and we have to fix it.
The town clerk highlighted 3 areas of contention as they relate to the residents and businesses in the city. One was the indiscriminate dumping of garbage.
Is the high level of indiscipline in certain local communities, which manifests itself in wanton, indiscriminate littering of our carpets and also even of our canals and waterways.
Next, the town clerk spoke of the absenteeism of landlords and property owners.
The problem is, these properties that have been left abandoned are left to the mercies of animals, to the mercies of overgrowths, undergrowths, tall grass, overhanging trees. They're left to the mercies of social rejects, and they can be used as seclusion zones for criminal elements.
More importantly, however, the non-payment of property taxes by both residents and businesses in and around the city was heavy on the town clerk's heart.
What is happening is that some of our friends in the business community and some of our friends who are property owners have not been honoring their side of the bargain. And this is something I want to bring to community leaders, because I want to ask you to mobilize your groups, to go to property owners and to talk to them and to ask them, if they've not done it, that they should come and settle their accounts with us, and to let them know that their settling their accounts with us is important, because as they settle their accounts with us, we would have money to release back to the very communities to have work done in the community, have works done in the community.
Director of Solid Waste, Walter Norine, passionately explained his struggles as he pleaded with those gathered to assist the council as best they can.
We are spending $100,000 a week in any group. We have 10 groups in George. We divide George into 10 groups. $100,000 a week to remove carpet waste. You are the guardians of the community. You have to desist your residents from doing what they're doing. Because if we don't have to spend our money to remove garbage alone, then we can give that amount of money to do community work.
Then the solid waste director became incredulous as he begged these questions.
Why have we allowed our country to become where it is now? Where is the pride of a Guyanese person living in Georgetown?
The leaders of the council said that the Ministry of Communities is working to set up a municipal court to legislate matters of property seizures and sale. In the meantime, the council is working on a process of towing away vehicles that are left for extended periods along the roadways. They are also looking at laws that will allow the city to auction off properties that they have been paying to keep clean over the years. The town clerk also said that they are pushing forward with trying to collect outstanding debts from businesses and residents. Several of the members of the public who were present at the meeting offered their suggestions.
Maybe what we can do is try to sensitize the public a little more as to what their obligations are. You spoke about the plastic bags that are being used. When I was a child, and that's a very long time ago, we used shopping bags, baskets, cloth bags, etc.
George, the town clerk, ended on this note.
Every space in the community, once it is a public space, it is collectively owned by all the citizens of, all the residents of that community. And no individual has the right to appropriate any city space or park it on his or her own for their private enterprise or investment. All parks in communities, all parks in the city, all pavements in the city, all reserves in the city, all public spaces in the city are collectively owned by all the citizens.
I don't know what percentage of the revenue that collected from the motor vehicle, the service and the licenses are being passed on to the council because these vehicles pass through the city. And I think some sort of thing must be made for some part of that money being handed over to the city because you have to maintain the streets also.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Working People's Alliance joins the chorus of voices calling for prison reform to become a national priority. The Working People's Alliance commended the joint services for their professionalism while pursuing the remaining 9 escapees of Camp Street and Lusignan prisons. Nonetheless, WPA executive member Dr. David Hines believes that the government should have put into place the recommendations on how to improve the prison system. For the most part, the general public is not aware of the results of the Commission of Inquiry. But immediately following the July 9th fire at Camp Street Prison, Minister of Public Security Kemraj Ramshatan insisted that several of the recommendations were implemented. Several, but not all, as there was not enough money for all of them. For Dr. Hines, this must change. He insists that the government must make the prison system an immediate priority. The linkages are obvious. Guyana's security sector is underpaid, understaffed, and ill-equipped to handle the complexities of modern national security. This, along with an aging security infrastructure, antiquated judicial and correctional methods, among many other factors, culminated in the destruction of Camp Street Prison and the subsequent prison break. This has a clear effect as well. As the nationwide manhunt continues for the remaining escapees, Headline News will keep you informed as details arise. Coming up on Headline News after the break, the conflict continues between vendors and City Hall, and local church holds revival.
Welcome to Kissoon's Furniture. Find everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.
Want to see the Amazon Warriors live and win tickets to the greatest cricket event of the year? Then show us your Warrior dance and you can win. It's easy. Check out our YouTube page, like the video, learn the moves, and upload your video for a chance to win.
GTT, proud sponsors of the Guyana Amazon Warriors. GTT, do more.
Clearance is having a massive blowout store-wide sale for 4 days, from the 26th to the 29th of July. So here's the deal. Shop any item and get the other at half price, or get 25% off any item store-wide. I'm talking ladies' jeans, dresses, tops. And for the fellas this summer, I'm talking jeans, jerseys, flip-flops, sneakers, everything you need to give you that sizzling summer look. So make your way down to Clearance. We've got all your camouflage gear for both ladies and gents. Remember, this massive store-wide blowout sale happens for 4 days, from the 26th to the 29th of July, right here at Clearance. Always keeping you in style.
My thoughts, well, for me, internet has changed the world, and Blaze has changed the internet here in Guyana one more time. I mean, long are the days where you have to wait for your favorite TV show to be on at 8 o'clock on a Friday or a Saturday night. This day and age, it's about downloading it, streaming it, and watching it at your convenience. And Blaze for us gives us the opportunity now to watch our favorite shows from England, from America, Caribbean, you know, when we want it, how we want it.
This place is really hot. What's wrong with your AC?
It's not working.
Well, we wouldn't be able to continue this meeting anymore because this place is extremely hot.
Wait, please don't go.
Here's a company you can call to get your AC fixed. Action Cool.
Honey, what's dinner? I had a hard day.
I'm sorry you had a hard day, but guess what, babes? I didn't cook today because the stove is not working.
Having trouble at home or at the office? Then call the professionals at Action Cool. Our fully trained technical team have the skills and experience in repairs of all air-conditioned units, refrigerators, gas stoves, washing machines, and a whole lot more. For further information, visit us at 86 Hill and Princess Street, Mandela Avenue, Georgetown, or call us on telephone number 225-7867.
styles, simply different.
Need a ride around town and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook. Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
The vendors at Starbrook Market were very angry this morning. The situation that attracted their rage was the sudden demand by the constabulary to shut up their stalls and attend a meeting at the City Hall. The meeting was called by the mayor and city council to discuss the interruption that will take place during the $400 million renovation works that will be carried out at the big market. However, there seems to have been a mix-up in communication, and the vendors vented their frustrations. Wendell Jeffrey was at Starbrook Market and City Hall and filed this report.
George, today the mayor and town clerk summoned the vendors from the big market area to an early morning meeting at City Hall. However, as the meeting was on its way, most of the vendors were not present, a fact that did not escape the mayor's notice.
I'm a little disappointed that I'm seeing such a small crowd, because the vendors that occupy that particular area town clerk would have spoken about is in excess of what, 500 people? 600 people? The immediate dislocation would be about 300-400 people. I don't see them here.
The town clerk was asked if the vendors were sufficiently notified. But they're saying that they were just told by Mr. Bristol to shut down the stall and come to a meeting. Was that an oversight and a lack of planning on your part? They said they received a letter about a Sunday cleanup that they are willing to participate in, but they received no correspondence that they had a meeting today. What happened there?
2 notices went out over the last few days. One of the notice was to encourage them and invite them to attend this meeting, and the other notice was for the cleanup, so they received both notices.
However, the vendors were adamant that they received no notice about the meeting, and they feel like they were being bullied.
My name is Cara Carter, and I'm also the Vice President of the Guyana Market Vendors Union. Today at 9:45, the officer, Mr. Bristol, come and say that I got a meeting over at City Hall and I want everybody to lock up the stall to go to the meeting. Well, stall holders, because all of us are stall holders, refuse to go. He said, well, they ain't got to carry away goods.
This morning, Inspector Bristol come, and I see coming from down the road telling everybody, retreat, you got to pack up these goods, pack up. So when he reached by my stand, I said, what is this for? He said, you got to go for a meeting over at City Hall. I said, is this thing still a bully or something? I said, we are being governed by the market clerk. We haven't got a notice, we haven't got nothing from them. And you come to tell us to pack up. I said, with all due respect, I'm not going to pack up. He said, well, if you don't pack up, I can give you other measures if I ain't see you to the meeting or you don't pack up. I said, well, all right, you now wait for that time reach. I say, you can do what you want to do right now. We tired of Rice and King and Chase Green because like a share bully and something is going on.
That was Carol Carter and Pamela Anderson, 2 veteran market vendors. The vendors also took the opportunity to complain about the crime problem around the big market area. They said that people are being robbed daily and there are not enough security.
And since this man Bristol come here on this location at Starbrook, He been getting several complaints about the robberies. And nothing in doing. I say 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. When the people walk in for go and do the shopping, they're holding people, robbing people, pushing knife to them. Look, one night, them what, 9 o'clock? 2 Venezuelan men that they rob.
Chinese.
It's Chinese, the Chinese men, them they rob. Beat them up, give the man 1 blackout. The man fall upon the ground and he ain't doing nothing. But he see when you selling, will come and tell you that you can't operate here no more. Well, I tired and fed up with them, and whatever the consequence be, I prepare to face it.
When I asked Mr. King about the complaints of lack of security, the town clerk made this lament.
Satisfied that we have enough constables. We don't have enough constables. We short on money. We short in resources. We need over 200 more bodies to put on the ground on our security forces, but we're doing the best we can in the current circumstances.
George, it is obvious that there's a communication problem between the vendors and the council, and it is taking a serious toll.
It's not going anywhere. We tired and fed up with them now. It's not 6 and 10 years. We fed up with them right now.
For Channel 2 Headline News, I am Wendell Jeffrey.
Thanks, Wendell. Activate Guyana 2017 is currently being held at Restoration and Life Ministries located on Caneview Lane, South Rhineville Gardens. The audience was blessed by a prophetic word over the nation from Apostle James Duncan and prophetess Michelle McLean Walters of Chicago, Illinois. With an eye on the community, Headline News was there and brings you scenes from last night's service.
We're moving to a season where God wants to pour out His grace. He wants to pour out His mercy like you've never known it before. But we must ask Him to give us the capacity to carry it. One of the things is God likes opulence. God likes overflow. Just look at the scriptures. He said, my cup runs over. He says, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So I want you to get a vision for overflow. Somebody yell out overflow.
These are the days, Guyana. You're going to begin to see expansion and development. You're going to see new roads. You're going to see new industry. You're going to see new buildings. These are the days when fertility and when prosperity and when the grace of my glory shall rest upon Guyana. These are the days when you will see the sunshine of my glory again. For I have destroyed the works of darkness. I have dispelled the works of the enemy.
The Lord says, I'm going to make you like a historian of this nation, where you're going to begin to write things, and they're going to be prophetic writings. I'm not sure exactly what you do, but I saw you doing something with writing, and it was going to go down in the history books of this nation. And you were going to be known as a woman who rebuilt the nation. You're going to be one. God's going to give you some strategies. I heard the word strategy and a strategist. And He said, watch what I do. I see 2 new people connecting to you, and they're going to be sent by me, and they're going to be intercessors that pray for you. For I see in the last 6 months there's been a lot of backstabbing and people two-faced, but the Lord says, I'm going to heal you from that.
You're not an afterthought in God's mind. He said, everything I made was good and very good, including you. But when you walk in fear and timidity, God can't be God. He cannot be God. We have to have the faith that He tells us in James to do. God is looking for doers. Any doers in the house? Any doers in the house?
The police and joint services are hot on the trail of the remaining escapees, and they are leaving no stone unturned. When Channel 2 Headline News reached out to one of the senior lawmen, we were told that no exercise is futile, even though many of them are turning up as empty chases. The senior law enforcement officer said that they are not receiving any false tips and are treating all information as credible and confidential. A few nights ago, they did a sweep of Le Repentir Cemetery, and today they were following several leads, including one that turned up blank aback the Stevedore housing scheme. Headline News will keep our viewers updated on our website, ch2headlinenews.com, our YouTube page, and through the newscast. Don't go away. Still ahead, we have our regional news, international news, and the weather. downtown and beyond? Look no further than Oasis Ride Taxi Service. With affordable prices and some of the best drivers in the business, we've been delivering prompt and reliable service to Guyana for over 16 years. We also offer tours, chauffeur service, and even car rentals. You can call us at 231-5554 or 225-5496. For deals, specials, and more information, find our page on Facebook, Oasis Ride Taxi Service. Let's go.
Want to see the Amazon Warriors live and win tickets to the greatest cricket event of the year? Then show us your Warrior dance and you can win. It's easy. Check out our YouTube page, like the video, learn the moves, and upload your video for a chance to win.
GTT, proud sponsors of the Guyana Amazon Warriors. GTT, do more.
Styles, simply different.
Seems like people will try just about anything to lose weight these days. But nothing works better than proper dieting and exercise. So if you're guilty of eating the wrong foods, not finding time to exercise, or can't afford a gym, join Safe TV Channel 2 for Body and Spirit. Aerobics workout with Dick Nunez.
Hello, I'm Dick Nunez. Welcome to Body and Spirit Aerobics.
Weekday mornings from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Don't hesitate. Act now, because your greatest wealth is your health.
And news from the region now. In Venezuela, CNN's Paula Newton spoke to the young people of La Resistencia on the front line of the opposition protest movement.
La Resistencia, the resistance, doing battle on the streets of Caracas and upending the fierce struggle for the future of Venezuela. With homemade weapons and shields, they take on all comers, the National Guard, police, military, anyone standing between them and a new democracy. Their grit and determination is on display by the hour. It's a war waged block by block, enforced with makeshift barricades.
So what you see here is the Resistencia coming up against the National Guard. They are taking whatever material they can. They just took that gate off a building in order to continue to construct their barricades. The National Guard is insistent these barricades have to come down.
Those barricades are front lines, a way to make sure national strikes and protests get the government's attention. Are they vigilantes or noble warriors? In a break from the fighting, one leader we call Junior shows us the piercings from rubber bullets and metal scraps. Junior tells me they'll carry on, explaining the movement is more emotional than it is political.
President Maduro says you're terrorists.
Yes, I'm a terrorist. If defending people's rights means being a terrorist, he tells me, if it means defending them to the death. Behind these masks are students, teachers, engineers, the faces of everyday people using everything but the kitchen sink to wage war.
That was a tear gas canister.
Taking on an army with DIY shields.
This was a marble impact. This was a marble. You can see it went through the shield.
It went right through.
It went right through the shield.
And improvised explosives.
This is a firework.
Yes.
And it's thrown.
And you throw these, you pitch these at the National Guard and the police.
These are defensive items because they shoot at us marbles, live ammunition, metal marbles, and this is our only way to defend ourselves.
Combat here is so close to home, even Junior's mother Teresa tries to keep an eye on him.
Why are you here now?
Looking what's going on and supporting him.
I need to support him. He needs to fight.
He says he needs to fight.
La Resistencia is a movement that in every way challenges the notion of speaking truth to power. These combatants are done talking. CNN, Caracas.
And internationally, Israeli police say they have removed all security apparatus recently introduced outside a key Jerusalem holy site. Railings and scaffolding were removed on Thursday morning, 2 days after metal detectors were taken away. Some Palestinians were celebrating as the infrastructure was dismantled. BBC News has more. And now for the weather report. And that's Channel 2 Headline News for this Thursday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to find Channel 2 Headline News on Facebook, YouTube, and ch2headlinenews.com. You can also tune in tomorrow morning at 6:30 for a rebroadcast, and Friday evening at 6 o'clock for more news. For now, I'm George Gonzalez, signing out from this newscast, saying thank you for welcoming us into your homes, and do have a blessed evening.